Hello everyone, my name is Andy and welcome to episode 17 of Deals and Steals. Today is December 13th of 21 and we have an Epiphone hard case here. I'm definitely a fan of solid body guitars. I like Firebirds and I like Les Pauls. But this is a little bit different. So I found this on Facebook Marketplace. As you can see, there's a strap, a string winder, and a cable included. I think there's some picks inside. But this is what I believe is a mid-2000s Epiphone Dot Studio. So this was on Facebook for $250. I got it for $200, and this is more or less the picture that I saw. It was noted to come with a hard shell case, as you see it does, which is great. But it was just a picture of the front. And at a glance, it looks pretty nice. But we're gonna look a little closer, and you're going to see that it's not in, I don't know if he called it good shape, great shape, or what, but, oh, we do have a pick in there. So, front of the body, light scratches all around, but honestly, not bad. What I assume is some, I don't know. Can't tell if that's just bad pinstriping that's worn off or what, because it's on the outside of the other F-hole as well. That's kind of strange. We do have the sticker in there. Looks to be just says Dot Studio AW. Looks like the serial number is faded or not present at all, but it is on the back of the headstock. Along with, there is some cracking back here. The back looks pretty rough. But at the top here, it's very hard to make out, but this is what I believe is a factory second stamp, which I've seen a couple other ones of these online, and they both had those. So I'm curious if this version, with like the Dot Studio without any inlays, with just volume tone and a three-way selector, might all be factory seconds. I doubt it, but again, maybe he's a good shape, maybe he's a great shape, but like even as I'm holding it, I'm feeling just like marks and things like that. Oh. All right, step one, got the pick out. That wasn't there before. I just heard it drop. Great. Action's a little high. It's not the worst thing I've seen. Oh, might be another one in there, but it's just dirty. He said he knew it was about 14, 15 years old. I'm like, okay, that tracks with other ones of these that I've seen seem to be mid-2000s. Again, just kind of rough. So he had it listed for $250. I got it for $200. And even in its rough shape, I'm convinced that it was a decent pickup. Maybe not a deal, definitely not a steal. Relatively thick neck profile. Maybe not baseball batty, but thick. And on the back, again, you got the serial number. I'm guessing you had like the CE or, whatever stickers usually come on something like this. Looks like the original factory tuners, which is nice. No extra holes there. Do have some separation there, finish, whatever. Seems to be okay. This screw is loose, but it was a lot looser before when I picked it up. So it doesn't seem to be stripped or anything. One thing I do like about these is a lot of Dots, even Gibson ones, they're 335s or anything this body shape, more often than not, output jack is on the front. It's on the side. That's actually kind of nice. So I'm going to maybe do a smidge of research and see what I should do to just clean this bad boy up. Because, again, it feels rough. Definitely needs new strings. But I was curious, once again, about getting into a semi-hollow. So definitely semi-hollow, because you do have, I think we can set it like that. Should be a block of, I want to say it's maple, but solid block down the middle with hollow cavities. Again, volume tone three-way selector. I used to have, a couple of years ago now, pre-COVID, it was a Cozart, C-O-Z-A-R-T, Cozart, Trini Lopez style. So same body shape, but it had the diamond shape F-holes. More commonly, people associate those with Dave Grohl, the Foo Fighters. And then it had a 6 in a line headstock versus the 3 and 3, which is kind of interesting. It was like a light blue. It looked really great. It played okay. but the poly, the finish on it was so thick, it just felt like playing a plastic toy. It was very weird. So I sold that for probably about as much as I got it for. But I know there's a lot of decent Epiphones out there, and again, for a couple $100, hopefully I can get $200 back out of it if I decide I don't like it. But I wanted to see what I could do with a semi-hollow. So we're gonna plug it in and see how it sounds. Okay, I decided not to use the cable that it came with. We'll just see if it works later, and if it works, great, extra cable. So one thing that I'm not particularly familiar with is that something like this, just acoustically, is much louder because it's got chambers in it, like an acoustic. So I got her tuned up. Strings are, oh man, this bad boy needs some TLC. But overall, feels comfortable. One thing I was worried about was that the extra width would not be great for my arm, but then I remembered I have an acoustic guitar that's probably this wide and much deeper, right? So, let's see if she works. Oh. Do it clean. Volume and tone all the way up. We are on the bridge pickup. Seems very, I don't know why it seems warm. Maybe it's the room I'm in, and obviously I'm not in the best setting at all for recording anything right now. We're plugged into my orange pedal baby. It's just a clean power amp into a 212 with V30s in it. And then some pedals, of course. And obviously, I imagine some of that muffledness would be from these old strings. Like, I can feel the grime on it, especially these top two. Add a little drive. Still on the bridge. Neck pickup. So that previously was the Matthews Effects Architect V3, which is Klon-ish. This is Earthquaker Plumes. Not very good at that. I don't know why that sounds so honky. I really hope it's just the strings. And these are probably just Chinese made something or another pickups. I doubt they have a name of any sort. Which of course I thought, if this cleans up nice or plays nice, I might switch them out, but I want nothing to do with hollow body wiring and fishing stuff around. Wow. Okay, there's some feedback. Surprisingly stable on the feedback there. That's the Friedman BEOD Deluxe, and I was on the higher gain channel. The gain's not all the way up or anything, but still. new setting for that Friedman. Okay, you know what? For 200 bucks, it's comfy sitting down. I mean, you know, oh, bumping stuff. Like, I'm a big guy. An acoustic does feel honking sometimes because obviously it's way the heck out here. This, you know, feels Les Paul-esque. It's not, you know, it's obviously wider, but it's not super thick. This, minus a little tuning stability, needs new strings, could use a setup. This feels pretty nice. Because I'm used to the Gibson Epiphone-esque stuff, I'm used to two volumes, two tones. Do I use them all the time? No. I like two volumes, not necessarily two tones. Regardless, I don't really care. But I kind of like these studio models across Gibson, Epiphone, whatever. Anything that's simple. It's cool that it has black binding. Gives it a little flair. Like, it's nice. It doesn't need to be there. But, I now have 3 Les Pauls of various varieties. And again, one's found on Craigslist. One was at a music around. One was on Craigslist. One was on Facebook, I think. Maybe 2 on Facebook. But they've all been under $1,000. And no, they're not the fancy customs. But when a custom is $3,000 used, and I can get similar tones or feel out of something that's more of a workhorse, I'm totally fine with that. The fact that this is kind of beaten up is totally okay with me. I like that it's white. I don't see a lot of these. Like Epiphone Dots without dots, first of all. It's kind of interesting. It does say Dot Studio there, which is cool. Obviously it does have little side dots. Yeah, other than the fact that it's rough, obviously I once again hope that the separation here is just finished, but well, once I get it tuned, I like the way it feels. Seems to handle the gain okay, and I believe part of that feedback fighting is the fact that it does have the center block. If it was a full hollow body, it would feed back a lot easier, but so yeah, this has been Deals and Steals 17. I'm actually, okay, so a little scratchiness on the pods. I think I'm going to take this to Levon Music and get it set up. Again, setup's going to be $45-50, but I think it'll be worth it for this bad boy. So mid-2000s Epiphone Dot Studio without dots. That's, again, rougher than I expected as far as, you know, what pictures I saw and everything. But this is badass. And yeah, maybe once I get strings, tone will be better, blah, 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 blah. But for 200 bucks to reintroduce myself into the semi-hollowness world, I'm impressed. Like, comment, subscribe for more. Thanks.